Saturday, November 4th, 2023. I'm trying another collar on Kelsa. This is like the third or fourth one. Luckily this time I saved my receipt. She is absolutely freaking out over a collar. So I bought her a little fishing pole toy at the same time, but she's more interested in the box. To try to distract her from the actual collar. I did put her personalized name tag on it, but that freaked her out and it was clunking across the floor. So at least if I can get her used to the collar, maybe I can get one like off Amazon that's engraved with her name. The problem is she doesn't fit into cat-sized collars right now. She's just a small kitten. She looks bigger on film than she actually is. She's like 3+ pounds, and I put it on her and she ran under the bed, and it was just like when she had her first doctor's appointment. They had to withdraw a little blood, and they had a little band-aid on her leg, and they told me to keep it on for 30 minutes. And when we got home, she was walking on 3 legs with her rear leg up in the air, doing cartwheels and somersaults, like literally freaking out. So I had to take it off immediately. Same thing with the collars, like she was in distress. And she has been running under the bed, hiding under the sofa. So I took the bell off, then I put the little name tag on, but that didn't work. So I'm distracting her right now with this little fishing pole. She is costing money, let me tell you, but it's fine. I'm not complaining. She is the love of my life, and surprisingly, she gets along extraordinarily well with my semi-feral bunny, who's from the Mar Vista horde. And my bunny, she is a weirdo. It's taken me like a year just to be able to sometimes occasionally touch her. So for her to be so into the little kitty, it's just been wonderful. But if we can get her adjusted to this, when she gets a little bigger, maybe I can get her a collar with her name engraved into the actual nylon part, as long as it doesn't have any bells, tags, or whistles hanging from it. Maybe I can get her adapted. Seems like I've been buying and returning lots of things just to get her going. The other night she had a little tumble. She climbed up on top of a shelf in the middle of the night and knocked down a statue. And actually had a little bit of a limp yesterday on her right front paw, but I haven't seen her limp very much today, so I know it's not broken. If her leg was broken, she would have gone to the emergency room in the middle of the night, God forbid. That probably would have been about $2,000 just to walk through the door. So they then can turn around and say, okay, it's sunrise, now you have to go to your own bed. So we narrowly avoided financial hardship, but I do think she has a slight sprain. She just saw a vet last week for round 2 of her shots, and she will go back 3 weeks later, at which time her spay and her microchip, hopefully by mid-December, will happen. She's too young at the moment, so we'll just have to see how she does by that time. But she is definitely the love of my life. She is definitely living up to her namesake. I'm gonna start a new hashtag on the internet. Hashtag crazy Kelsa. Because she's crazy. I have raised boy pets most of my adult life, and now I have 2 darling girls, a semi-feral very weird rabbit, and I've had rabbits before. You know, she's like my 5th rabbit, so she's a weirdo, but I adore her. And this one is crazy. You're just crazy. But she's been exploring lately. She has unfortunately discovered the sink. So I found the garbage disposal stopper in the dining room this morning. Looked like a hockey puck when I woke up, and I saw something black lying on the floor. Like, is that a hockey puck? What is that? And it was the garbage disposal lid. How that ended up in my dining room, I don't even want to know. But she is just, let's just call her hashtag crazy Kelsa. Kelsa Kinsley kitty. I only call her Kelsa Kinsley when she's in trouble, which is at least once or twice a day. She'll hear me yell, Kelsa Kinsley! And then she knows. Like, oh, what have I done? When we had her little crash a couple nights ago at 1 a.m., it was a big crash, and I was almost asleep, scared the bejesus out of me. I thought that perhaps the 40-some-inch television had been flattened and had exploded. But luckily, when I woke up, the TV was still standing. But a keepsake that I've had for years was in the wreckage behind the television. And this particular item can only be bought from like Amazon India, or they make them in Malaysia, and the company that sells them, they're out of stock. I happened to get mine in Chinatown. It's unrepairable. It's in the garbage. So we've had our first little financial loss. Like, no, I've had that for years. Probably around 2005 or 2006. I'm not sure. It's been a long time, and it's gone now. But luckily, she didn't break her neck. But she has for about a little more than 24 hours. She's been favoring her right leg a little bit. But the way she runs and jumps and flies through the air, it's definitely not broken, thank God. But Mama can't afford a kitty MRI right now. Oh my God. I have to watch my door too, because there's been a few times that I've opened the door to carry things in or out of the house, and she's wanted to bolt. But she doesn't go very far, and then she turns around and comes back. But it's scary because, you know, no tags yet. No microchip yet, and she's only 2/3 of the way through her baby vaccine, so just don't want her getting out. She has figured out how to climb into the living room window, although I have yet to purchase a cat tree, which she needs desperately. We need cat tree funds, people. She has learned to jump onto this little skinny ledge and jump through the blinds without having anything to step on. And so a lot of the neighbors have noticed her, I guess especially early in the morning while I'm still sleeping. They've seen her in the window, and everybody around here is just in love with her. Even the people at her vet's office, they love her. I guess some kittens don't do so well at the vet and can become quite vicious, but not her. She doesn't have a vicious bone in her body. She's just crazy. And I kind of doubt she's going to grow out of it. I think she's going to be a lot like her namesake, who's watching her from heaven with the angels. Yes, little crazy Kelsa. Well, I've managed to distract her for about 9.5 minutes here, because I don't want her to try to rip the collar off or run under the bed or the sofa in a panic. So thank you for watching if you're still with me. This is just keeping her distracted from the temporary kitten collar. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed.